Hey, thanks for stopping by and learning how to automate sales and marketing for your gym. Let's go ahead and jump in. First, I want to talk about automated marketing. It's really the art of getting leads to your gym. So, why do you want to do automated marketing? Well, it's because you can create a system that will generate leads on demand. This is by far the number one problem that we hear from gyms when they reach out to us. They say, "Hey, yeah, I need some help with getting people. We've got a good gym, we've got good processes. We just need people. We just need more people to come to the gym." That's what we hear most of the time. So that's why you want to automate the marketing so that you know how to get people in there. So there's lots of ways to do this. There's open houses, flyers, community events, signage, all kinds of partnerships, traditional advertising, and your website. And there's just more. There's tons of things. But what we found the best way to do this is to have a direct offer and use paid social media ads to drive people to that offer. So what do we mean? Well, we mean Facebook and Instagram ads, obviously. But basically, you need to have a direct offer. What is that direct offer? It could be a free week. It could be a free session, some type of intro class, something along those lines, right? You need to have an offer that drives people. Don't say, "Hey, come try our gym." Don't a lot of websites that I look at will have a page that says somewhere in there that you can come try the gym for free, but they don't really have a sign up. You have to go to the contact form, you have to call them, you have to find them on social media and send them a private message. It's not a real clear way. So you have to have that direct offer page, and that sort of thing. All right. So let's talk now about automated sales, because the automated marketing side of things I think is pretty understandable. I think most people at this point understand what Facebook and Instagram ads are and what they can do for you. Now let's talk about the sales, because this is where it starts. When it shifts from marketing to sales is when you get the lead. The conversion process starts when you know who you need to follow up with. So your goal is to convert these leads into memberships in a consistent and deliberate manner with as little effort as possible. This is the number two problem that we hear, is converting leads into membership. It's really the number one problem, but the problem is it's masked by a lot of gyms who don't know how to get leads. Then they say, "Man, if we could just get more leads, we would get more sales." But it's not true. In fact, 80% of the time, that's not true. We've worked with tons of gyms, and only about 20% of them are good at conversion. So this is a huge problem, huge opportunity. In fact, one of our clients came to us and said, we need to do Facebook ads. So we turned on Facebook ads, and we quickly realized that they weren't following up very consistently. So we built this system essentially around their needs, and they basically turned off Facebook ads and just used the organic leads that they were getting from walk-ins and friends and things like that, and 100% automated their sales follow-up. So here's probably what your routine looks like now for you, or maybe your team or your coaches. You get a lead. You're going to call them, text them immediately, try to figure out when they want to come in. You're going to send them some emails, or maybe an email, or maybe you'd like to, but you don't actually always get to it. And then you follow up and you follow up and you follow up and you chase them and you follow up, and that's what you do. And it's very time consuming. It's very manual, and it's very ineffective for the most part from what we've seen. So we see about 80% of gyms use these sales routines, and they're getting inconsistent results. And I'll steal this from the CrossFit world. They use the term routine is the enemy, and it's for a totally different purpose. But routine is the enemy of process in much the same way that good is the enemy of great. So what we want to do is not create a routine. Routines can get interrupted. You've got a coach that, let's say you're going to follow up with leads this afternoon, but then you've got a coach that calls in, and so now you've got to teach those classes. So not having that automated process is really a big issue. So what we want to do is we want to create an automated, consistent process that does all of the outreach for you. What that means is that you can really, at that point, focus on all the responses that come in, right? So here's what the process looks like. All leads from any source, whether it's Facebook ads, Instagram ads, a social media post, you bump into somebody in the grocery store and they see your t-shirt and they're like, "Oh, do you work out at XYZ gym?" And you're like, "I actually own XYZ gym." You give them a card, You tell them to come in for a free week or a free class, whatever that direct offer is, and then you drive them to the landing page. So everyone now comes in through the same mechanism. That's the first biggest problem, is that most people are, they have a process for some of their leads, but they don't really work that like they do. So this all becomes a very inconsistent routine. So we want to create this process, right? So you drive them to the landing page. Then once they sign up, that triggers automated emails and two-way texts to go through. This is where we automate the outbound, right? So we want to automate all the outbound. So somebody signs up. Hey, thanks for signing up. Schedule your first visit. Hey, thanks for doing this. Do that. So this is what we want to do. Automate all this stuff. Reality is you're going to send them this text, email, call anyway, manually. So you might as well automate it, because if you automate it, then it becomes a process, not a routine. So the next thing is you want to schedule their visit. This is extremely important. You want to get them to commit. You want them to say, here's when I'd like to come in. And there's some strategies to do this. There's a lot of, most everybody we work with uses some type of membership management software. These softwares are really good for managing membership. They're really, really bad for converting people into leads. So one of the biggest things we see is, one of the biggest mistakes is people use, I'm just going to use Wodify as an example. They use a Wodify sign up form where you have to go in and put in your name, your email, and your phone number, and your address, and sign the waiver and do all this stuff to get the lead. The reality is you need to get that person's information as quickly as possible. Step 2 is let's get them into Wodify. Let's get them into MindBody. Let's get them into Zen Planner, whatever you're using. So finally here, the process, again, we want to 100% automate the outbound, automate the text messages, automate the emails. That we want to do that so that you can focus on the responses, on the inbound. This is really, if you've ever heard the Pareto principle, it's that 80% of the output comes from 20% of the effort. That's exactly what we're doing here. We're applying this to your gym, to your sales and marketing, so that you can spend, 80% of those people are going to come in, they're going to like it, they're going to sign up. Then there's the 20% of people who are like, I'm not sure, I'm probably not fit enough, and they ask a question, and those are the people that you want to spend time with. And the problem is, if you're doing all the work, you can't have the time to spend on that smaller group. And that smaller group is the group that's going to help you get the results that you want, the numbers that you want to really grow your gym. So the result is basically we can automate probably 80% of the entire sales process. Now, they do have to show up to your gym. They do have to take class. You're going to have to interact with them in some way, shape, or form. That's pretty obvious. But we want to really automate 100% of the outreach, the follow-up, the chase, the part that really just beats gyms down and just it's just laborious. And so we want to get past that and automate it so that you can build an accurate process that hey, when we get X number, perfect example. One of our clients, they say with pretty consistent month after month results, 35% of every lead they get will become a member. That's the bad ones, the ones that have bad phone numbers, the weird ones that, sign up and then say, oh, I decided I don't want to do this. Everybody, 35% of those are going to buy. 49% of people who step foot in their gym will buy a membership. So how awesome is that? You say, I got a lead. If I can get them here, it's either them or the next one that's going to be a member. So if you know those, it makes it much easier for you to create, to really just go out there and push it to get more leads in, because you know that in the conversion side of things, your numbers. That's what helps you truly grow. And it really gets you consistent results. And I don't think I have to keep beating on this. So here's the deal. That's the process. It's very simple. It's not necessarily easy, but it's simple. And so I want to just share with you the software that we use. There's lots of software that you can use. There's lots of them out there. The last thing I wanted to do was create a new software that didn't do everything we needed to do. That's really the last thing I wanted to do. What I wanted to do is share with you the software that we use right now. So we use a software called ActiveCampaign. We use this to really kind of be the hub of everything we do. It's the machine where we create these automated processes. It also sends out a lot of the automated emails. Now, it does text messaging, but it doesn't do it well. In other words, it's more of like an email blast as a text message. But if that person replies back, it doesn't really go anywhere. And it's very tough, especially if you have teams or multiple people following up with these leads. So we utilize another software called Sales Message. This is a two-way texting application. It works like adding a second text application to your phone. So almost think about like a business texting line is what this is going to be. So you download the app, somebody messages you back, it dings, you just go in and you answer the message. Again, keep in mind, you're automating all of the outreach. So all you're really doing is when somebody emails you back or texts you back with a question or a comment, you reply to it. All the outbound happens automatically. Now, the third thing is GymEngine. It's just kind of a neat little software that builds landing pages. It's very simple, drag and drop. There's lots of options out there for landing page software, and it's growing by the day. Reality is your website, you can probably create this page as well. Best practice is to remove all the navigation so that people don't get distracted and start looking at your class times and pricing and all. You just want people to see the offer and opt in. So we utilize that software there. A fourth one that I didn't write down here, it's completely optional, but is to add a step 2 where people will actually schedule their first visit. You can use something called Calendly, and you can set up very just specific times that would work, and people can sign up there. You might also use your membership management software. So if you have a way that they can sign up for your first class, some of our gyms utilize that. And it's a great way to sort of get a lead and then sort of pivot them into your membership management software. It's just really, this just kind of depends on your style and how you're using the software and that sort of thing. So that's it. That's the process of automating your sales and marketing. A lot of times we get people that ask us, how I want to do this, but I need a little bit of help. So we have really 3 main ways that we help people. We have a DIY option. This is really, basically you get our templates and you can copy and paste this whole thing, edit it for your gym, maybe change up a little bit of the copy so it sounds exactly like your gym, or maybe your CrossFit or Pure Barre or yoga studio, whatever that might be. So you want to change that verbiage just a little bit, but the general guidelines or guardrails are there so that you can build this within an hour or two, and that includes changing up some of the copy. So it's really easy to set up and implement. We give you everything. There's videos show you how to set it up. And then, like I said, we give you the templates, the automations, and things like that. So you can very easily set all this up. And then we also have a couple of done-for-you services. So the first one is really building an automated sales machine. And this is anything that said automated sales at the top is what we do, right? So we're going to build this automated follow-up machine, and we're going to really kind of customize it for your gym and your processes and that sort of thing. The third one is really automated sales and marketing. So this is for somebody who says, we need the process. We want the automated process. We want the automated follow-up. We want to quit chasing people. But we also need more leads. We don't get enough leads. We're not in a great location where we get walk-ins. Organically, maybe we're in a suburb and we don't get anybody from the main city that sees us on Google Maps, things like that. So you've got to find a way to get your offer in front of them. And so we offer those as an ongoing service as well. So yeah, I'm going to quit talking. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time. It's the most valuable resource that you have. Which is why we've developed this so that you can conserve your most valuable resource. Thanks for watching. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Book a call. We're happy to talk to you about any of this stuff. We just want to help gyms. We know that some people just need a little nudge here and there, and some people will want to hire us and work with us, and that's great. So we just want to help. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your attention. See you on the other side.